most of the past year thinking about. One is love, the other is Hillary Clinton. Hinchey and I became closer, especially in the last year, because of Hillary Clinton's campaign. I stayed with her in Pennsylvania during the DNC. She came to LA before the election. On election night, she called me because they had turned off all of the news shows in the Javits Center. And the next day, I cried to her on the phone at my job. Katie and Celeste. I know that the people in this room and those who couldn't be here will hold you up next to couples of standard and the couples in your families. They'll wish for you that you're as happy and compatible and perfect for each other as their parents or their grandparents, their best friends, or their celebrity icons. They'll see in you, of course, the best of other people's love. What they don't see of that in you yet, they'll wish upon you. I am here to wish upon you the kind of love that triumphs, the kind that soldiers on, the kind that is rooted so deep in a sincere respect and affection that even the wildest storms cannot whisk away its branches. I am here to say, unexpectedly and unrepentantly, that I wish upon you a love like Bill and Hillary Clinton's love. Hillary Clinton always told us that love trumped hate. She's a woman mired in both. The boundless love of her husband and her daughter and her mother were the guiding lights in her endless battles with sexism, political partisanship, and ideologues. Love trumps hate. That's what this entire room knows. That's what we're here today to affirm to one another. The future is uncertain. Love we can always be certain of. There are those who sow difference where we once sowed unity. We outnumber them. We are mightier than them. And in the darkness of these times, Katie and Celeste chose love. They chose togetherness. They chose triumph. They chose love. But back to Hillary Clinton. On December 19th, Hinchey and I were hoping that some of the work we had done to flip electors from Trump would end in a historic upset, putting Hillary back in the running for the White House. That didn't happen, and that hurt. But I didn't cry that day until I watched the video of Bill Clinton casting his electoral vote. In silence, he approached a ballot box and slid a piece of paper bearing his wife's name into it. In silence, he closed his eyes and kept his hand there, ruminating in that moment, cherishing that moment, mourning all she lost, all he wanted for her. Love is not easy. Katie and Celeste, my hope for you is not that you will find your love is flawless. It is not that you will move forward without rough spots or bad times. That's an impossible hope. Instead, I hope that yours is a love that grows deeper through challenges, stretches the limits of patience and possibility. My hope for you is a love that expands in hard times, a love that mourns for you when you have no choice but to stand tall in your pain, a love that magnifies and envelopes your pain until you're ready to come forward and face it, a love that promises you will never, ever, ever be left standing at the podium alone when the world forces you to back down. Hinchey and I are both activists. We are warriors. Every day we wake up, we breathe deep, we face the realities of the world, pain, suffering, death. Every single day we drink in the hardest parts of humanity, and every single night we go to sleep ready to hope and dream. My soul cycle instructor always tells us that on the other side of resistance is resilience. It is perhaps the one motivational soundbite from that room that rings true for me every single day. It isn't easy for people who engage in activism to allow themselves to be taken care of. It's hard to admit that we're vulnerable and soft and willing to be loved. It's hard to honor our tenderness in a landscape where our own struggles feel small, tiny, insignificant, and petty. I remember when Hinchey and I were in Philly, we kept crying because Bill Clinton was crying. He was so proud of Hillary Clinton that he was weeping. A president wept for 5 days in honor of a woman. A president wept for 5 days in the name of love. A president wept for 5 days because he loved someone, because he believed in someone, because he wanted someone else to be happy so profoundly that knowing they were had moved him to tears. Love is not proud. Katie and Celeste, I am not here to tell you that love's a Band-Aid. I am not here to tell you it will heal all or that it will always fit, but I am here to tell you that love can be a revolution, that being loved can be a revolution, that loving someone else can be a revolution, that taking the time in an imperfect world to worship just one other person can be a revolution, that devoting your altar to someone else instead of devoting your life to everyone else can be a revolution. Celeste. I have been told I have permission to compare you to Bill Clinton. Know that Hinchey is your Hillary. Know that she will support you endlessly and fight for your honor and your dreams and defer to your desires. She will stand firm when you want her to embrace herself. And even though she will rarely ask, and even though everything will happen with or without someone at her side, she is your Hillary Clinton. She will fight for herself harder than anyone could ever fight for her. She doesn't need you to be her warrior. She just needs you to reflect her strength and feel her pain and struggle with her. Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton speak often of their ongoing conversation. They met in a law library 45 years ago. They haven't stopped talking since. It's that communication that prompted them both to pursue their greatest dreams. It's that communication that helped them survive their roughest times. It's that communication that gave them the space to support one another and love one another in private. Love is a process. Thorny, unkind, complicated, worth it. So Katie and Celeste, I hope your relationship is a conversation. I hope it is one which helps you define yourselves. I hope it is one which helps you learn about each other. I hope it is one in which you never run out of words for how much you love each other. I recognize that what I'm saying is unusual, maybe to everyone else in the room, not us. But perhaps in this way it makes sense. We all deserve to, and dream we will find, true love, true partnership, true allegiance, love that is unyielding in its loyalty, persevering in its faith, limitless in its power. Love that overcomes, love that remains, love that emerges from the rubbles of our challenges, love that trumps over and over and over and over, love that defies odds and expectations. Katie and Celeste, I wish you a love like Bill and Hillary Clinton's. I ain't sorry.